Destroyer stars Nicole Kidman as Detective Erin Hall, who was part of an investigation many years ago which went very badly and caused a lot of pain, a lot of loss, a lot of heartbreak, which has made her the person that she is now. She's a drunk, she doesn't really like interacting with other people, she's a bit of a loner, she keeps herself distant from her daughter and the rest of her family. She's clearly a very damaged person due to things that happened in her past. However, when the case re-emerges about the same guy that caused her all this pain, she starts to do everything in her power to seek the justice that she's been after for the past 17 years. And straight off the bat, I'll say Nicole Kidman's performance in this movie is absolutely spectacular. She absolutely nails it in this film. She was fantastic. I really bought into her character. You can see that she's been going through a lot. You can see the pain in her eyes, the struggle that she's going through to actually find this justice that she's been seeking for the past 17 years due to events that happened these 17 years ago that caused her a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak. And while the gritty, grounded, realistic tone of this movie definitely enhances the quality of the film, I can't necessarily say that it's a great film, which is a shame because a lot of people seem to be really praising this movie, if not just for Nicole Kidman's performance, which I do generally feel like you should seek the movie out just for her performance alone. I thought she was fantastic in this movie, but the actual story itself, I didn't feel really flowed as well as it probably should have. The fact the movie is going for a very grounded, realistic tone definitely sets the bar for them to do a lot with it, but they don't kind of push the boundaries as much as I probably thought they should have. They don't take as many risks as I probably thought they should have done, and they don't actually have any moments either to give the audience a chance to breathe. It is a very dirty movie. It does make you feel a little bit dirty watching it. There's no real release for the audience until the end of the film, which I feel is a bit bad because I started to lose a little bit of interest because the story itself wasn't flowing as interestingly as I thought it was going to. While this case is re-emerged, she's basically tracking down all these old people that she used to know from her life those 17 years ago when she was involved in that investigation, and we learn more about these characters that she's going to meet and the connection she had with them all those years ago through flashbacks, which is my biggest issue with this film. I personally didn't feel like the flashbacks were all really that necessary, or at least the ones that they chose to show. Granted, there are a few that do generally benefit the story the movie's following. However, there were flashbacks before then I didn't really feel were necessary or really flowed well into the story that the movie was really trying to reveal. I feel like it would have been a lot better if it actually been done through dialogue from Nicole Kidman's character and the character she was actually going to meet, rather than flashbacks, because the flashbacks themselves are mainly about 2, maybe 5 minutes long at the very most, and I feel like that's the main reason why I felt they were very out of place, because they were so short and they didn't really do much to flesh out what was really going on. Sure, we got an introduction to a character that she was going to meet that was from her past, but again, I feel like it could have been done better through dialogue. But like I said, the last 3 flashbacks do work really well, and towards the end of the film you understand why flashbacks are sort of an important part of this movie. The ending of the movie itself I actually can't complain about. It wasn't a bad ending at all. However, I felt like I would have been a lot more invested if they'd have actually done something different and how they got to that end. There's also a lot of characters in this movie that I feel should have got more screen time, because there are also characters in this film that just didn't need to be there. One character in particular who I feel should have got a lot more screen time was Toby Kebbell's character, which was the character that Nicole Kidman's going after to get her revenge. He's not in the movie that much, and they don't really flesh him out enough for me to give a shit about why she's going after him. I feel like if they'd have fleshed out his character more, I would have been a lot more invested towards the climax of the film. And if it's a whole runtime issue, then take out the character of her partner, because he did not need to be there. He appears for like 2 scenes. He's basically calling her, just saying, "Where are you? Need to find you. Worried about you." That is it. That is all he does in this movie. Her partner did not need to be there at all. Take him out of the film and use those moments to flesh out Toby Kebbell's villain in this movie, and I feel it would have been a lot better. There's also a plot point in this movie involving her daughter, which I feel could have been a lot more focused on. I didn't really feel an emotional connection to her daughter or even her in this relationship. Like, you obviously learn that Nicole Kidman's character is a very damaged character. However, you do learn a little bit later down the line that after that event and when her daughter was first born, she was fine. She was a good mother to her daughter. She spent time with her daughter. Granted, there are a few things wrong here and there, but she seemed to care about her daughter a lot. And it doesn't really address what went wrong for her to just completely abandon her daughter in the way that she does. There's also a plot point involving her daughter's boyfriend, which I also didn't give a shit about. It took up a lot of her runtime of the film, and I didn't care about it. And I feel, again, it could have been focused on fleshing out her past a bit more and the actual vengeance, why she actually wanted to get revenge on Toby Kebbell's villain. Don't get me wrong, the movie shows why she wants her revenge, and when she does get her revenge it is pretty satisfying, but it could have been a lot more satisfying if we had been more invested in the actual past life that she had, rather than focusing on her daughter and her dumb fucking boyfriend in this film, because I genuinely didn't give a shit. Once I got out of the film, I looked up who the director was, which is Karen Kusama, I believe is how you pronounce her name. I'm sorry if I'm completely butchering it. And looking at her past work of Jennifer's Body, Aeon Flux, Girls Fight, they're not exactly great movies. So after finding that out, I kind of understand why this movie may be as bad to me as I think it is. I know there are people out there who enjoy her work, and if you do, that's great. If you enjoy this movie, that is fantastic. I'm glad for you. I just didn't have a very good time with it. I thought it was an okay film. It's not a bad film by any means. And Nicole Kidman, again, she absolutely nails this role. She was fantastic in this movie. But there are a lot of characters in this film that I didn't feel needed to be there. A lot of plot points that could have been explored a lot more if they'd have cut other plot points out. The script for this movie just feels very messy and convoluted. Like, they almost had two scripts for two different movies and just thought, oh, we'll combine them here and make a revenge thriller. Overall, guys, Destroyer isn't a bad film, but it's not a good film in my opinion. I don't think I'll seek it out again. Nicole Kidman's performance, yes, is fantastic, but the rest of the movie I have a lot of issues with. There are some good moments here and there, like I said. If you do like the director's previous work, or you just want to see it for Nicole Kidman's performance alone, I highly recommend that you do. If you do enjoy it, that's great. I personally think it's okay. Not a great film, not a good film. Won't see it again, and so for all those reasons, I'm going to give Destroyer 2 stars. So, Destroyer, have you guys seen it yet? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.